Ang dami. Ang daming ganyan, oh.
We've had some family members that were farming here up to a little while ago, and this is kind of in between growing season right now. Not much of anything coming in here. I thought it might grow year round, but it's not really growing year round. Oh, we got flowers. No vegetables hanging here. So, seems like it is seasonal. We'll go look at the rest of them, see what it looks like. We had some out front too, and it looks like they're all trying to maybe restart. Oh, there is one vegetable right there. Sorry, I missed that. We'll go look at the bigger area next.
Here.
We do have new plants that have been put in here, but they're not doing anything yet. They're just like coming from seedlings. Took a little work to get there, I understand. But they're not producing anything, nothing to harvest. Not at this time anyway. There's blooms where they want to start, but they're not there yet. So growing season looks like it's, you know, February, March, pretty much like what we have. Other than that, nothing's really ready to pick. At this location we got a few tomatoes ready, or not ready, but growing. Not very many, just a few. We have one of these. What is it? Opal. And that's all growing there. The rest of this looks like it's trying to get ready to grow. But not yet. So the tomatoes are the only thing that's really on the vine, and the one upo. Yeah, we had family members that were doing a larger area up here on the hillside. One of the problems is water. They had to have to bring water up and so forth, and the plants are just like in infantile stage. We have a little more over here. Maybe the corn's starting up. Not sure though. Doesn't look like it's doing much yet. Some pepper plants I think are starting to go, but there's no vegetables at this time. Nothing to harvest, so the water will be the biggest drag, but not sure how it's going to go because we don't have anyone taking care of it now. So another hardship to growing is the big rocks in here. It's got all kinds of stuff. It's got stumps. I would have tried to rotavator it, but we have too many wood stumps in there that I would probably hit and tear the teeth up on it. It's a real tedious effort here to get things at any grand scale. So you can see that's just kind of a little bit here, a little bit there. It's a lot of work, yeah, granted, but it's not like a regular farm lot that you can grow tons of the vegetables on at this time. I think what we'll do at this time is let the family members that aren't here anymore just come and get them if they want to try and replace them somewhere. It might be easier to grow them and not such a struggle. That way it would get their plants and save all the effort they put into it at that time. We'll see. I'll talk to you today about a common tool that I know a lot of Filipinos already know about, but we may not in the US. It's a bolo. It looks like a long knife, basically is. This is the tool that does everything for these people, I tell you. It can cut up fish, it can cut up anything, cut up wood. It's instead of a hatchet, you can use the bolo. And that's what's interesting. This thing is really sharp. You have to sharpen it, of course, but it'll cut everything you can think of that gets in your way, including your skin and your bone. I've actually just barely dropped it on me and had a nice cut. Didn't even realize that it's that sharp. But anyway, I'll show you how it works today, just kind of like an axe. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so you use it as a hatch, just like a axe. And they cut up whole trees with this thing, unbelievably. So, of course you have to get in where you can swing, right? To begin with. Just whacks away. Takes it all down. Cut at angles just like you would with a hatchet. Take it to wood. And this one's kind of tacky because I'm trying to keep my hands. When you use it all day, this guard tends to get into cut my fingers, as well as this little butt piece. So the wife put duct tape on there, and it works pretty good. So when you're in the Philippines, get a bolo. I don't know if you've been listening, but on the water well situation, we have kind of quit digging and let it gain on height. Last week it was close to 4 to 5 feet. I'm going to see how deep it is now, but we've had a problem with a 1-inch pump. I just got 1 horsepower, sorry, hooked to a 1-inch PVC line, and I can't seem to get the thing to suck to stay up or even to continue to suck, even with one-way valves on the end so the water can't drain out. So I have to look at that, but right now I want to see how deep it is before we dig into it again. So let's see how deep it really is. Yeah, I'm glad I looked again. It's 7 feet, so we're continuing to gain depth in the well. That's a good sign. So we will see what the problem is. This is my setup right now. It's a brand new 1 horsepower pump, and there's a couple places that could possibly be leaking and losing suction since I'm kind of near the limits of the lift. Could be in this, could be in one of these fittings here. I redid this one a number of times with tape, so I'm not real sure what. It seemed like it was going to go one time, and then it didn't do anything after that, so I'm losing suction somewhere. I will have to figure it out so we can get some of this water out and use it for chickens and everything else. I'll let you know. Maybe you have some ideas. Let me know. Morning all. Yesterday we had to close in a fence. We had a gap that's not being used, and at nighttime it's kind of a low visibility spot, so we decided to close it in. I should have videotaped this for you from step 1 to step 2, but it's a pretty simple process. I'll show you here different ways. In fact, I've got 2 different kinds of fences beside each other that's commonly used here in the Philippines. Okay, this is the old traditional way. Standard round bamboo, and they hand tie all this, and it's very time consuming. That's fairly sturdy. Wind gusts through it pretty easy. Then the other one I told you about already was a woven fence, and this has just cross slats that go across here, 4 of them in total, and then you just weave it in between. It actually looks pretty nice outside, and it's really easy to do. You just insert and weave in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's pretty fairly sturdy. It's going to serve our purpose. We're going to have a gate here so we can get in and out, and then we'll have the security we need. But you can do any of these when you put up a fence here. There's just 2 pieces of cross bamboo on this one. Pretty simple. It's not real complex because it's using the whole bamboo and everything. This is split bamboo, so you have to actually split the bamboo, and then you have your cross pieces. If you look real closely, they're also split. But it makes a pretty fence. You can see the different fences beside each other. Traditional look with a pointed top. And then we have the woven. So the woven is pretty nice looking outside. It presents itself well. It's going to get moldy and everything else like all the rest of the bamboo. That's just part of it. But it's fast and easy to get up. Like I say, the only hard part is splitting the bamboo to put it up. Whatever you choose, It's a standard fence here. I would say that the woven is not that common, but I think it's really attractive. Hey there, we're back at the rice. One of the things about rice is you have to dry it out, of course. I mentioned that a couple of videos back. And it takes a little time, and you have to spread it, and you have to kind of comb through it to make sure it dries out well. So that's ongoing right now. We'll have at least probably a total of 30 unprocessed bags to do, and each unprocessed bag gives you about 2 bags of finished rice. So tomorrow we start processing about 13 bags to get finished rice, and we'll probably send that to different family members at different locations, and we'll also keep some for people helping us and for ourselves. So, interesting. So the rice has to get really dry, and then they're going to process all this and get the hulls off of it to give you the white grain rice. So once it's dried out enough that's allowed to happen, you can get the outer hull off and then get to the inside rice. But this is how you lay it out, and you use the rakes like I showed you before. It's kind of like a triangle shaped teeth. It's kind of soft, so it kind of just moves the rice around. Well, there you have it. We're doing the rice.